I want to paint the rest of my days with the best colors. There isn't an end point to excellence where you have it and you can stop. Being your best self means keeping on trying. Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true. I have learnt to abide by the laws of my own sanity. Death is unstoppable. One must face it as a fact of life. One must reach out and try to grasp this astonishing finesse that the value of life cannot be estimated. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. Don't step backward toward nothing. Step forward towards something. Better awkward steps forward than coward steps backward. You lose nothing when fighting for a cause. In my mind, the losers are those who don't have a cause they care about. There are some experiences in life they haven't invented the right words for. It is a very funny thing that the sleepier you are, the longer you take about getting to bed. Your time is the most precious thing in this world. I believe that just because something didn't go the way you planned it once, it's no reason not to try again. If you can't feel gratitude when you are in need, the feeling of the need would never leave you even if it is fulfilled. Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling. Receiving is good, but giving is much better. Nevertheless, sharing is the best. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. To have great pain is to have certainty. To hear that another person has pain is to have doubt. If you're going to kick authority in the teeth, you might as well use 2 feet. Never stop just because you feel defeated. The journey to the other side is attainable only after great suffering. The road to success is paved with determination, not with the footsteps of quitters. There's no backward and no forward, no day other than this. You fill your card as you go, and that's that. Don't lose your heart when things are uncertain. Instead, let it be the compass that guides you back to your truest self. You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. Each of us is shaped by the truth of our natures. Vaughn de Silver. We have to be honest about what we want and take risks rather than lie to ourselves and make excuses to stay in our comfort zone. Our ability to adapt is amazing. Our ability to change isn't quite as spectacular. Mr. Franz, I think careers are a 20th century invention, and I don't want one. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Excellence is not a destination, it is a continuous journey that never ends. Bad men rule by the feebleness of the ruled, and this is just. The triumph of weaklings would not be just. No one dies of fatal truths nowadays. There are too many antidotes. Clean your home first before complaining about others. If your feet are firmly planted on the ground, you'll never be able to dance. Too many doubts grow in the cracks of silence and separation. Every ounce of my cynicism is supported by historical precedent. Anybody can make the simple complicated. Creativity is making the complicated simple. Living never wore one so much as the effort not to live. Don't think about the possibilities of failing. Never forget to think about the possibilities of flying. Play around. Dive into absurdity and write. Take chances. You will succeed if you are fearless of failure. Sometimes I can hear my bones straining under the weight of all the lives I'm not living. I'm sorry for my inability to let unimportant things go, for my inability to hold on to the important things. We can see when others are trying to destroy us, but we choose to let karma deal with them accordingly. The man who alters his way of thinking to suit others is a fool. Any explanation or logic that explains everything so easily has a hidden trap in it. You've got to show the world who you were before it tells you. Otherwise, you become victim to someone you're not. It is safer to search in the maze than to remain in a cheeseless situation. Being realistic is the quickest path to mediocrity. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. When you are like the tree, there is oneness with the earth, sun, and moon, but still steadfast in your purpose. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. People have boldness to criticize, but not to sensitize. The truth is never what you want it to be, little fox. What the society thinks is of no interest to me. All that's important is how I see myself. I know who I am. I know the value of my work. The lessons of life amount not to wisdom, but to scar tissue and callus. Don't let your luggage define your travels. Each life unravels differently. When you realize there is something you don't understand, then you're generally on the right path to understanding all kinds of things. Please go for your dreams. Whatever your ideals, you can become whatever you want to become. Beware of those who are bitter, for they will never allow you to enjoy your fruit. Brilliance is impossible without a touch of insanity. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. You'll never reach perfection because there's always room for improvement. Yet get along the way to perfection, you'll learn to get better. And we don't always know it or understand it at the time and the season, but nothing grows without a good amount of dirt. The person you hurt the most in this world was the person that brought you into it. Discussion is impossible with someone who claims not to seek the truth, but already to possess it. Great goals make great people. People cannot hit what they do not aim for. My one regret in life is that I am not someone else. Perhaps the logical conclusion of everyone looking the same is everyone thinking the same. Life is like a novel. It's filled with suspense. You have no idea what is going to happen until you turn the page. It's okay to not be okay. It's also okay to ask for help when you need it. Truth is as straight as an arrow, while a lie swivels like a snake. To escape fear, you have to go through it, not around. Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. I prefer for my world to have the highest certification of being a faithful representation of the exterior world. Show me that I'm everywhere and get me home for tea. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. There's a great joy in living a life others rarely understand. It doesn't matter how great your shoes are if you don't accomplish anything in them. I may not be the brightest bulb in the box, but I still shine in my own silly way. An unbreakable mask and cunning are the keys for executing a plan flawlessly. A better future is shaped by collective efforts to make the right social and political choices as a progressive society. Go slowly, so that you do not bite your tail by accident. I will continue my path, but I will keep a memory always. Your tomorrow depends entirely on what you do today. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That is how galaxies are made. It's not so much the journey that's important, as is the way that we treat those we encounter and those around us along the way. Defeat may serve as well as victory to shake the soul and let the glory out. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Sometimes letting go is simply changing the labels you place on an event, looking at the same event with fresh eyes. Common sense in an uncommon degree is what the world calls wisdom. The minute I stopped trying to find the right girl and started trying to become the right guy, the girl came. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. Rousseau identified reason as the disease for which it pretended to be the cure. How quick come the reasons for approving what we like? Truth is not something outside to be discovered, it is something inside to be realized. It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit. He who takes offense when no offense is intended is a fool, and he who takes offense when offense is intended is a greater fool. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Have fear, and then conquer the shit out of it.